University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Last time, the feat of mental endurance that is the quarter-final round of this competition finally came to an end, leaving only the 4 best teams still in contention. Next time, we'll see Magdalen College Cambridge play Balliol College Oxford for a place in the final. But tonight's match is the first of the semi-finals, and it's between Imperial College London and the University of Warwick. Now, the team from Imperial are representing the reigning University Challenge Series champions. This year, the team's journey has already seen them play in 6 matches, with victories in 4 of them. Their 2 defeats were at the hands of Strathclyde University in round 1 and in the quarter-finals by the team they're facing again tonight. With an average age of 20, let's meet the Imperial team again.
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm from Hong Kong and I study maths.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm from the Peak District and I study physics.
Their captain?
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm from North London and I study pure maths.
Hi, I'm Imran. I'm from Petaling Jaya, Malaysia, and I study theoretical physics.
Now, the team from the University of Warwick have played 4 matches to get here and were victorious on each occasion. Doubtless, they're hoping to repeat the outcome of their first encounter with Imperial as fervently as Imperial hope to overturn it. With an average age of 22, let's meet the Warwick team again.
Hi, I'm Richard Pollard. I'm from Cheshire and I'm studying history and politics.
Hello, I'm George Braid. I'm originally from Brighton and I was doing a PhD in physics.
And this is their captain.
Hi, I'm Andrew Rao. I'm from Bearsted in Kent and I'm studying for a PhD in maths.
Hello, I'm Owen Borrell. I'm from Lancaster and I'm studying for a Masters in English Literature.
Well, you all know the rules by now, so fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Noted for collections including The Triumph of Achilles in 1985 and The Wild Iris in 1992, which US poet and academic won the 2020
Imperial Con?
Louise Gluck.
Louise Gluck is correct. Well done. Nobel Prize in Literature. You get these bonuses on Latin phrases. According to Suetonius, Augustus Caesar would advise commanders against rash action with the Greek words spude bradios, similar to what 2-word Latin phrase?
Bradios is like slow, right?
So festina lente, maybe?
Okay. Festina lente.
Festina lente is correct. Written for strings and harp, Festina lente is a 1986 work by which composer, the creator of the tintinnabuli style of composition?
Arvo Pärt?
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Arvo Pärt.
Arvo Pärt is correct. Which of Marlowe's tragic heroes quotes Ovid when he pleads, "O lente, lente, currite noctis equi," meaning run slowly, horses of the night, in the moments before the play's denouement?
Okay, this is giving me very strong Dr. Faustus vibes.
Go for it.
Dr. Faustus.
Dr. Faustus is correct. 10 points for this. The 18th century writer Charlotte Lennox stated that which of Shakespeare's plays was tortured into a comedy? She wrote that he was obliged to introduce absurd intrigue and improbable incidents in order to bring about 3 or 4 weddings instead of 1 good beheading.
Imperial Con?
Oh, A Midsummer Night's Dream?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. The play in question is set in Vienna.
Warwick Rout?
Measure for Measure.
Measure for Measure is correct. 3 questions on a mathematician and philosopher for your bonuses. Which English academic gives his name to a theory described as the study of unavoidable regularity in large structures? He died in 1930 at the age of 26.
I have no idea.
No,
No, I don't have anything.
nothing.
Whitehead.
No, it's Ramsay. In 1922, before the age of 20, Ramsay had, with C.K. Ogden, published the first English translation of which philosopher's Tractatus?
Yeah, it would make more sense than Wittgenstein. Spinoza?
No, it's Wittgenstein. Ramsay was a proponent of the redundancy or deflationary theory of what concept? The term in question appears between language and logic in the title of a work by A.J. Ayer.
Truth, isn't it?
Okay, truth.
Truth is correct. 10 points for this. In bacterial messenger RNA, the Shine-Delgado sequence is located about 8 base pairs upstream of the start codon and is a signal for the binding of which macromolecule, thus initiating translation and protein synthesis? The answer is ribosome. 10 points for this. Which King of Scots gained possession of Orkney and Shetland as a consequence of his marriage to Margaret of Denmark? He was among 4 kings with the same regnal name who died violently, his father having been killed...
Imperial Wong.
James?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. His father having been killed by an exploding cannon while his son died at the Battle of Flodden.
Warwick Braid.
James III.
James III is what I was looking for, yes. Right, you get a set of bonuses on names or titles. In each case, the last word of the first answer gives the first word of the second. For example, Hey Jude and Jude the Obscure. So in each case, give 2 answers from the descriptions. Firstly, a tragedy by Shakespeare set during the Trojan War and the first female commissioner of the Metropolitan Police.
So Troilus and Cressida and Cressida Dick.
Yes.
Troilus and Cressida and Cressida Dick.
Correct. Secondly, the only history play by Shakespeare to be set during the 13th century and the leader of the British Labour Party between 1992 and 1994.
King John and something?
King John and John Smith, I think.
Okay, King John and John Smith.
Correct. And finally, a Shakespeare comedy also known as What You Will and a 1968 horror film by George A. Romero that features reanimating corpses.
I don't know either of these.
No.
Are we just passing?
Maybe, yeah.
Anything? Pass.
That's Twelfth Night and Night of the Living Dead. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see a description in French taken from the Larousse Encyclopedia. For 10 points, give the English name of the art movement described.
Imperial Marrow.
Impressionism?
Impressionism is correct, yes. So we follow on from Impressionism with picture bonuses being descriptions from Larousse of 3 more art movements, all of which can be said to have originated in France. Again, I want the one-word English name of each. Firstly?
Automatism is the principal force. But the one with surrealism. Pure psychic auto.
Yeah.
Surrealism?
Surrealism is correct. Secondly?
Exaltation.
Pure
Something
colour,
abstract.
rejecting perspective and values of classical
The
art.
lighter naturalism of Impressionists. What came after Impressionists?
So it could be pointillist or just post-impressionist.
It's one word for...
Okay, so pointillism?
No, it's Fauvism. And finally?
Want Earth. Tableau picture. What's the last word?
Something abstract, like you dislocate from the visible world. Recompose.
Cubism, I don't know.
Let's try it. I mean, Brock was cubism.
Cubism is correct, yes, well done. Another starter question. What precise 3-word phrase appears in St. Paul's letters in the King James Bible and is in modern usage mostly used in the negative, meaning to have little patience with those one thinks are stupid?
Warwick Braid.
Suffer no fools.
No. It's to suffer fools gladly. 10 points for this. In 1936, which photographer took a series of photos of a 32-year-old woman named Florence?
Imperial Con.
Dorothea Lange?
Dorothea Lange is correct, yes. Right, you get 3 bonuses on France. Which river appears along with Maine and Indre in the names of 2 départements
Loire.
whose capital... Loire is correct.
Nice.
Which river appears along with the Loire in the name of the département whose capital is the wine trading centre of Mâcon, north of Lyon?
North of Lyon. I don't even know where we are.
Name of the department, right?
Wait, but it's another river.
I can't think.
The Rhone.
No, it's the Saône.
Oh.
Which river follows Lot and Tarn in the names of 2 départements whose capitals are Agen and Montauban, respectively?
Do we know where in France this is?
Try Seine, I don't know.
Yeah.
Seine.
No, it's the Garonne. 10 points for this. Formed by a confluence near Kulmbach in Bavaria, which river flows westwards through Würzburg, joining the Rhine at the capital of Rhineland-Palatinate?
Imperial 1.
Moselle?
No, I'm afraid you lose 5 points. Its name appears in that of Germany's largest financial centre.
Warwick Braid.
Mine.
Mine is correct, yes. You get 3 bonuses on irritating plants. Its name derived from the Japanese for lacquer. What compound is responsible for the allergic reaction induced by plants such as poison ivy and poison oak?
Do we know?
No.
I have nothing. Pass.
Urushiol is the answer. From the Greek for hair, what term denotes the needle-like appendages in plants such as nettles that inject irritant substances?
I should know what this is, but I don't. Maybe Scylla or something. Probably.
That's possible.
Scylla.
That's trichomes. And finally, the invasive plant known as ragweed belongs to which genus of the daisy family? It shares its name with the food of the gods in Greek mythology.
Ambrosia, right?
Yeah.
Not
Ambrosia is the food.
Ambrosia.
Ambrosia is correct. Right, you go back into the lead then. Another 10 points at stake for this. What specifically is the subject of the 2019 work of non-fiction by Cecilia Watson, the subtitle claiming that it can improve your writing, enrich your reading, and even change your life, having described it as a misunderstood punctuation mark?
Warwick Rout.
The Oxford comma.
No? Anyone want to buzz from Imperial?
Imperial Marrow.
The semicolon.
The semicolon is correct, yes. These bonuses are on filmmaking, a movement therein. From 1995, the directors Lars von Trier and Thomas Winterberg pioneered what movement that aimed to purify filmmaking and promote narrative? Its first film was Festen, or The Celebration, in 1998.
Okay, I don't quite remember. It's like...
Give me something vague. We can try and go from there.
It's not neo-expressionism, is it? Like, it's something... Yeah, just try neo-expressionism.
Neo-expressionism?
No, it's Dog Me. Which 1999 film by Harmony Korine was the first US-made Dog Me film? Starring Ewan Bremer as the young man with schizophrenia, its title includes the name of an animal.
Young man with schizophrenia and an
I
animal.
knew... The only film I know is Spin Breakers, but it's not that.
Okay, pass.
It's Julian Donkey Boy. And finally, a group of travellers are stranded in the Namibian desert in the 2000 Dog Me film, The King is Alive. It takes as a theme which tragedy by Shakespeare?
The King is alive, so...
King
Lear. Stranded
Probably
in
not
the desert.
Macbeth.
No. King Lear?
King Lear is correct, yes. 10 points for this. Appearing in one formulation of the Schrödinger equation, which mathematical operator may be defined as the sum...
Warwick Rout.
The Hamiltonian.
Hamiltonian operator is correct. Well done. That puts you on level pegging again. And their bonuses on Kepler's laws of planetary motion. In his 1609 book Astronomia Nova, Kepler published his first 2 laws based on data collected by which scientist born in what was then part of Denmark?
Brahe, presumably.
Yeah.
Brahe.
Correct. Kepler's second law states that orbiting bodies sweep out equal areas in equal times. It describes a conservation law for what physical quantity?
Angular momentum.
Yeah.
Right. Angular momentum.
Angular momentum is correct. According to Kepler's third law, the semi-major axis of a body's orbit is proportional to the orbital period raised to what fractional power?
3/2, right? Not 2/3.
Yeah.
I think it's 3/2. 3/2.
No, it's 2/3, 2/3. Right, we're going to take a music starter now. For your music starter, you'll hear a piece of jazz. 10 points if you can tell me the name of the band leader and the soloist performing.
Imperial Con.
Miles Davis and Dave Brubeck.
All we needed was Miles Davis. We got that.
Okay.
You just heard an excerpt there from Footprints from the album Miles Smiles, which features Ron Carter on bass, the most recorded jazz bassist in history. Your bonuses are excerpts from 3 more of Carter's many performances. Firstly, I want the band leader and writer of this piece here soloing with the rhythm section.
pianist.
Yeah.
Pianist, Duke Ellington, I don't know. Who else is a pianist?
Duke Ellington might be Dave Brubeck. Or...
No, go with
Dave Brubeck.
Yeah.
No, it's Herbie Hancock. Secondly, the band leader and writer here, again soloing with the rhythm section and Hancock on piano.
What instrument?
So this is a saxophone. Could be John Coltrane.
Go with your gut.
John Coltrane?
No, it's Wayne Shorter. And finally, I want the singer on this soul hit.
Where's the singer?
I don't know. My gut says Ella Fitzgerald, but something's telling me it's wrong.
Is Nora Jones like that?
No, Ella Fitzgerald.
No, it isn't Ella Fitzgerald, it's Roberta Flack. 10 points for this. What event of the early 20th century links all of the following literary works? The Red and Green by Iris Murdoch, The Plough and the Stars by Sean O'Casey.
Warwick Burrell.
The Easter Rising.
The Easter Rising of 1916 is correct. Well done. You get 3 questions on eponymous lines on maps. First drawn up in 1865, Goyder's Line defined an approximate boundary for arable land within which country? Further north, it was deemed too arid to grow crops reliably.
Name a country where it'd be.
South Africa, maybe. If it's north, it's too arid.
Okay, South Africa.
No, it's Australia.
That also makes sense.
Dating from an agreement of 1893, the 1,600-mile-long Durand Line closely matches the current southern border of which Asian country?
Oh, God.
Give me an Asian country with maybe Mongolia or something.
Yeah, that's possible.
Mongolia?
That's Afghanistan. Surveyed in the 1760s to resolve a boundary dispute, the Mason-Dixon line forms part of the borders of West Virginia and 3 other current US states. Please name 2 of them.
Maryland and Virginia, I think.
Okay, Maryland and Virginia.
No, the other ones, apart from Maryland, are Pennsylvania and Delaware. Right, 10 points for this. On a certain planet which has no atmosphere, the surface gravitational field is such that an object starting at rest falls 5 meters in the first second after it's dropped. How many meters does it fall in the second second?
Imperial Roman.
10.
No.
Warwick Crouch.
15.
15 is correct, yes. You get 3 questions on football clubs in Bulgaria. Cherno More and Spartak are football clubs in which major city on the Black Sea coast?
Varna, maybe.
I don't know, maybe nominate Pollard.
Varna.
Varna is correct. Give the name of the small city to the northwest of Varna that is home to the club that won the Bulgarian top flight every season from 2012 to 2019.
Unless you know the geography, I don't know the football.
Well, I don't really know either.
Only other city.
Consanta, maybe.
I was going to say Plovdiv.
That's...
Okay, Plovdiv.
No, it's Razgrad. Botev and Lokomotiv are leading clubs in which inland city, the second largest of Bulgaria?
It's not Plovdiv.
Is it?
Is Plovdiv that large?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Plovdiv.
It is Plovdiv, yes. Well done. 10 points for this. Which 2-letter combination appears at the end of words meaning a North African horned antelope, a semi-precious stone with bands of colour, a small bone at the
Warwick
base...
Burrell.
YX.
YX is correct. Right, your bonuses this time are on crystallography. In about 1850, which French scientist set out the 14 lattice structures that are used in the definition of crystalline arrangement?
Bravo.
Sorry?
Bravo.
Nominate Braid.
Bravo.
Brave is correct. Which of the Brave lattices has all 3 basis vectors of different lengths and aligned at 3 different non-orthogonal angles to each other?
Is that what triclinic means, or is that the opposite?
I don't know, it could be triclinic. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Triclinic.
Triclinic is correct. In the body-centered cubic structure, commonly observed in metals. How many atoms are there in a unit cell of the crystal?
No idea, do you?
3.
Okay. 3.
No, it's 2.
Bad luck.
Right, we're going to take another picture round now. For your picture starter, you'll see a photograph of a writer. For 10 points, please give me his name.
Imperial Con.
James Baldwin.
It is James Baldwin. Well done. He was one of the inaugural names on the LGBTQ Wall of Honor in New York, located at the first US national monument dedicated to LGBTQ rights and history. For your picture bonuses, I want you to identify 3 more of that first set of honorees. Firstly, another writer.
I don't know who this is.
Neither.
Pass.
Yeah, just pass.
That's Audre Lorde. Secondly, this activist and drag artist, a prominent figure of the 1969 Stonewall riots. The portrait here is by Warhol.
Oh, God. The only person I know from Stonewall is Marsha P. Johnson.
Try that.
Yeah.
Marsha P. Johnson.
Marsha P. Johnson is correct, yes.
Nice.
And finally, this artist.
Is this Keith Haring?
I think it might be.
Keith Haring.
It is Keith Haring with one of his drawings behind. Right, 10 points for this. What element is 5th in this sequence, given in descending order by atomic number? Argon, chlorine, sulfur, phosphorus, and...
Warwick Braid.
Aluminium.
No?
Imperial Con.
Silicon.
Silicon is correct, yes. Right, your bonuses are on Athens during the Peloponnesian War. All 3 answers begin with the same 3 letters. Demanding an end to the war with Sparta, Athenian women seized the Acropolis in which play by Aristophanes?
Lysistrata.
Lysistrata is correct. Which contemporary of Aristophanes is noted for speeches such as against Eratosthenes, denouncing one of the 30 tyrants of Athens?
First 3 letters of the same.
Lys.
Lysander. I don't know.
Lysander. Yeah, Lysander.
No, it's Lysias. In 450 BC, which Spartan commander won the final victory over Athens in the Peloponnesian War?
Lysander.
That was Lysander, yes. 5 minutes to go, 10 points for this. In marine weather forecast, what term is used in contrast to veering to describe a wind direction that changes anti-clockwise, for example, from west to southwest?
Imperial Marrow.
Keening.
No? Anyone want to buzz from Warwick?
Warwick Route.
Swirling.
No, it's backing. 10 points for this. A town northeast of Smolensk is named after which Air Force officer killed in a training flight in 1968? 7 years earlier, he had piloted Vostok 1 in a pioneering...
Warwick Pollard.
Yuri Gagarin.
Correct. These bonuses are on American poetry. Which US city does Carl Sandburg describe as hog butcher for the world, tool maker, stacker of wheat, player with railroads, and the nation's freight handler?
So I think this is Chicago, right? Yeah, Chicago.
Chicago is correct. What rank or position of responsibility appears in the title of Walt Whitman's poem of 1865 that ends with the words fallen, cold, and dead?
Captain, so my captain.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yep, captain.
Captain is correct. Captain, oh my captain. What large perching bird is a title figure of the 1845 poem that ends with the line, shall be lifted nevermore?
So the raven.
Yeah.
The raven.
Raven is correct. 10 points for this. In what Canadian province would one make landfall after sailing due west from St Ives in Cornwall?
Imperial Con.
Newfoundland and Labrador.
Correct. These bonuses are on place names, a little larger than the Isle of Wight. Which island country is roughly midway between Hiroshima and Alice Springs in Central Australia?
So it's one island. Did it say one island?
Yeah. So not Philippines. Borneo? No, wait.
That's not a country.
Come on.
Papua New Guinea?
Yeah.
No, it's Palau. About 1,800 kilometres west of Palau, Palawan is a long, narrow island in which country?
I think that might be the Philippines. The Philippines?
Philippines is correct. 2,000 kilometres southwest of Palawan, Palembang is the second largest city after Medan,
Indonesia.
of which... No, you're wrong. It's Sumatra. 10 points for this. Answer as soon as your name is called. To the nearest full week, how long is 1 million seconds?
Warwick Braid.
2.
It is to the nearest, yes. It's 11.6 days, apparently. What a pointless thing to know. Right, here are your bonuses. They're on the Mustelidae or weasel family. Which novel of 1927 by Henry Williamson has a title character that belongs to a species within the mustelid genus Lutra?
Otters. Then that would be Tarka the otter.
Okay, nominate Braid.
Tarka the otter?
Correct. Formerly hunted for its dark fur, which member of the weasel family gives its name to the heraldic tincture representing the colour black?
Ermine's not black. Sable. Sable is black, I think.
Sorry, Sable.
Sable.
Am I okay to nominate you?
Yeah, sure.
What's your surname?
Borrow.
Nominate Barrel.
Sable.
Sable is correct, yes. Found across Eurasia and North America, which mustelid is sometimes referred to as the short-tailed weasel?
Beaver, maybe?
No.
Come on.
Would it be polecat? Or...
Polecat.
No, it's the stoat or ermine. 10 points for this. Yellow-juiced and long-headed are species of which red-flowering plant found in the wild in the UK? The common species has the binomial Papavoroius.
Warwick Rout.
Strawberry.
No, anyone want to buzz from Imperial?
Imperial Marrow.
Campion.
No, it's the poppy. 10 points for this. What in 1860 was the first element to be discovered spectroscopically by the Germans?
Warwick Braid.
Helium?
No, you lose 5 points. By the Germans Bunsen and Kirchhoff. It is the most reactive
Imperial
of all...
Con.
Cesium.
Cesium is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on opera. In each case, identify the opera from the characters who form a love triangle. Nedda, her lover Silvio and her husband Canio in an opera first performed in Milan in 1892. I need its Italian title.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do we not know? Pass.
That was Pagliacci. The noble Mascalin. And at the gong, Imperial had 135, Warwick University had 160. Well, it was a very closely fought match, and somebody had to win, somebody had to lose, so that's how it goes. So congratulations, Warwick, and we shall, of course, see Warwick University in the final in a couple of weeks' time. I hope you can join us next time for the second semi-final, but until then, it's goodbye from Imperial College.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Warwick University.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.